Okay, so welcome to another deep dive, everybody.
Yay.
And this time we are taking a look at a really special episode.
Yeah, definitely a standout one.
From The X-Files, and that is Clyde Bruckman's final Repose.
One that's really stuck with people over the years.
It has, and it's really interesting, and it's got so much going for it.
It does.
We'll be looking at all kinds of things today.
Oh, yeah.
From, kind of a basic summary of the plot.
Sure.
For those who haven't seen it or just want to revisit it.
Yeah, just to refresh your memory.
To the deeper themes and the impact it's had. And
we got to get into those behind-the-scenes stories.
Oh, yeah, all the fun stuff.
The juicy detail.
The trivia, that's always a great part of these deep dives.
Right. You really find out how these things came together.
Exactly. And we've got a lot to work with here.
Oh, tons of material.
We've got, episode synopses and
production notes.
All sorts of behind-the-scenes interviews and interviews.
Critical review.
Yeah, people really responded to this one.
You did.
So, shall we just jump right in?
Let's do it.
All right. So, we start off in a very unassuming setting.
Yeah.
Kind of a rundown liquor store.
Right.
And we see Clyde Bruckman,
our main man,
our enigmatic protagonist.
Yeah, he's something else.
He's reading a newspaper. And he comes across this ad for this this stupendous yappy.
The one and only.
With all these outlandish predictions.
Oh boy, claiming to,
see the future.
Predict the future.
And Bruckman is just utterly unimpressed.
Oh, he's totally seen it all before.
Right, like he's not buying it.
Nope, not one bit.
But what's interesting is he kind of scoffs at this prediction about Buddy Holly performing somewhere.
Right, like that's never going to happen.
And the shopkeeper, he's like, who's Buddy Holly?
Yeah, that's a great little detail.
It is, isn't it? It's
like Bruckman is already outside of time,
Yeah, like he knows something we don't.
Maybe burdened by knowledge.
Yeah, and as he's leaving the store, he's sort of humming, "That'll be the day," under his breath.
Oh, this is so chilling in retrospect.
It is, isn't it?
Gives you shivers.
Like a little foreshadowing.
Yeah, big time.
And then right outside, he has this awkward little encounter with this other guy on the street.
They kind of do this little dance.
They do, like they're trying to avoid each other.
Right, just a little awkward moment.
But of course, this is The X-Files.
Right, nothing is ever just random.
Exactly, and we see this guy walk right into the office.
Oh, yeah.
Of a palm reader.
Madame Zelma.
And he
murders her.
Brutally murders her.
Yeah, it's a really intense opening.
It is, and he says, she should have seen it coming.
Right, like it's somehow her fault.
The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife.
Yeah, it's a great setup.
It
really throws you right into the themes of the episode.
Exactly.
Like this whole idea of precognition and its limits.
Like, if you can really see the future, why can't you see your own demise?
It's got... it's not about control, is it?
No.
It's about this sort of unsettling awareness of things you can't change.
Right. And so 3 days later, we're in North Minneapolis.
Another murder scene.
Yeah. This time, it's a key leaf reader.
Poor woman.
And the details are pretty gruesome.
They don't hold back, do they?
They don't. And we're introduced to Detective Clyde.
Yeah, the lead investigator.
And he's brought in this psychic,
The stupendous yappy?
Oh, yeah. We've heard that name before.
He makes quite an entrance.
He does, doesn't he?
With his whole entourage.
It's a whole production.
Yeah, pure showmanship.
But the other officers...
They're not buying it.
They're kind of skeptical.
Yeah, they've seen it all before.
Right, and then Mulder and Scully arrive.
The dynamic duo.
And Mulder immediately notices that the victim knew her attacker.
Oh, yeah. He picks up on those little details.
He does, and it adds this whole other layer of tragedy.
Yeah, like she wasn't just a random target.
No, she'd probably trust this person.
That's heartbreaking.
And then Yappy bursts in with all his theatrics.
Oh, yeah, he loves the attention.
He does, and he's claiming all these visions.
Right, he's seeing things. He points the finger at Mulder.
Of all people.
Right, blaming him for negative energy.
It's so ridiculous.
It's hilarious.
But somehow, Clyde is convinced.
What? He seems easily swayed.
He does, and asks Mulder to leave.
The irony.
Isn't it amazing?
Like the guy who wants to believe is being told to go away.
Right, because he's not buying into this obvious charade.
Exactly, and it really highlights the difference between, genuine curiosity and just blind faith.
Right. Mulder wants proof, he wants evidence.
He's got a scientific mind even when dealing with the paranormal.
Whereas Clyde seems to be looking for...
A good show.
Yeah, like he's just easily entertained.
That's a great point.
So while all this is going on, we see Clyde Bruckman in his everyday life.
Right.
And he's an insurance salesman.
Of all things.
Can you imagine?
Not exactly the most glamorous job.
No, but it's perfect for him, isn't it?
It is.
Because he's going door to door, trying to sell these policies.
And it's got this unusual sales pitch.
Well, he can't help himself, can he?
He can't. He keeps predicting how people are going to die.
Right, like, oh, you should really sign up because you're going to get hit by a bus next week.
Not exactly a winning strategy.
No. Not surprisingly, he's not very successful.
But it's those little moments that are so brilliant.
They are.
You see how his ability is such a burden?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's not this cool superpower.
No.
It's this curse.
Yeah, he can't turn it off.
And it makes it really hard to connect with people.
Right. Who wants to hear about their own death?
Especially from their insurance salesman.
Exactly.
And so we see him back in his apartment.
Yeah, kind of a drab little place.
It is very ordinary.
But even the ordinary becomes extraordinary for him.
Because even taking out the trash turns into this horrifying experience.
He has this vision.
Yeah. Of a severed head in a vegetable bin.
Oh, God, it's so disturbing.
It is. And then he's helping his elderly neighbor.
Mrs. Lowe?
With her garbage.
Right, bless her heart.
And he sees her little dog nibbling on entrails.
Oh, God.
He tries to warn her, but...
She doesn't get it.
No, she's kind of oblivious.
Yeah, she's just worried about her dog getting into trouble.
Right. And then he finds Madame Zelma's body.
In the dumpster.
Of all places.
Oh, God.
It's just so casual, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like death is just following him around.
Right. It's not this big dramatic revelation.
No, it's just this constant, unsettling presence.
Yeah, and it really shows how uncomfortable he is with his ability.
Yeah, he's not some, mystical guru.
No.
He's just a guy who's stuck with this terrible knowledge.
And of course, Mulder and Scully show up.
Well, they have to investigate.
They do, and Bruckman tries to play it cool.
Yeah, he downplays everything.
But Mulder knows better.
Oh, yeah. He can sense when someone's hiding something.
He's got that instinct.
Right, and he practically insists that Bruckman comes with them.
And they go to the tea leaf reader's apartment.
And Mulder just lays it out there.
Yeah, he's like, look, I think you're psychic.
And Bruckman is so resistant.
Oh, he does not want to be involved.
No, he asks to see their badges.
Yeah, and he even questions Mulder's name.
Like, he thinks it's made up.
He's so skeptical of everything.
But then he has this vision?
Right there in the apartment.
Yeah, near the pool of blood.
And he runs to the bathroom to throw up.
It's so visceral.
Yeah, it's not just a mental thing for him.
Oh.
It's like this physical reaction.
Yeah, like his body is rejecting this knowledge.
And Scully, of course.
She's still skeptical.
Oh, yeah, she's a scientist.
She's looking for a rational explanation.
Right. She compares it to Yappy's theatrics.
Yeah, like maybe he's just putting on a show.
But Bruckman keeps describing things.
Yeah?
With such detail.
And he's fixated on these dolls.
The victim's dolls.
Yeah, and he sees one of them become all distorted.
Oh, God, it's so creepy.
And then he says...
They'll find the body in Glenview Lake.
Yes.
Near a fat little white Nazi stormtrooper.
It's such a bizarre detail.
It is.
But so specific.
It's like, how do you make that up?
You can't. It's too weird.
And he's really disturbed by all of this.
Oh, yeah, he's not enjoying this at all.
And then he just takes off.
Yeah, just leaves him there.
So, cut to Glenview Lake.
Right.
And there's a crowd gathered.
And they pull the body out of the water.
The tea leaf reader.
Yeah.
And Scully, she's still hesitant.
Oh, yeah. She's not convinced.
But then she sees this propane tank.
Yeah.
And she has to admit
That it kind of looks like.
that fat little white Nazi stormtrooper.
It's a perfect example of
what?
how the show plays with belief and skepticism.
Right. Scully wants to be rational.
But the evidence is right there in front of her.
And Mulder, of course.
He's starting to believe.
Oh, yeah. He sees this as confirmation.
He's like, I told you so.
So back at Bruckman's apartment,
Okay.
he's checking his lottery ticket.
And no luck.
No, not a winner.
Which is kind of a funny little detail.
It is, isn't it?
Like, he can see other people's deaths,
Yeah.
but he can't even win the lottery.
Right. It really emphasizes.
It's the lack of control.
Exactly. And then Mulder shows up.
Uninvited.
Yeah.
He's not taking no for an answer.
And they start talking about Bruckman's ability.
And Mulder's actually kind of envious.
He is.
He's like, I wish I could see how people would die.
Which is so different from Bruckman's perspective.
Yeah, Bruckman is miserable.
He hates this gift.
It's a curse to him.
And it's so interesting to see those two viewpoints
Right.
side by side.
Yeah, the believer and the burdened.
And finally, Bruckman agrees to help.
reluctantly.
Oh, yeah, he's not happy with that.
But he's kind of worn down by Mulder.
Yeah, and maybe he sees some value in it.
Maybe.
So they take him to this police interrogation room, and Mulder tries to test his abilities.
Of everyday objects.
Yeah, but Bruckman is struggling.
Yeah, he's not getting anything.
He even mistakes a blue piece of fabric for Mulder's Knicks t-shirt.
Oh, that's funny.
It is, and it kind of makes you wonder...
if his ability is really that reliable.
Right.
But then Scully comes in.
And she's got some news.
Yeah, she's found something.
They found these keychains on all the victims.
Yeah, distinctive keychain.
And they're all linked to this company.
Uranus Unlimited.
It's such a weird name.
It is.
But it's perfect for this episode.
Yeah, it's got that dark humor.
Right.
Yeah.
It's so strange and unsettling.
And it provides a connection between the victims.
Exactly, which they didn't have before.
So it was a big breakthrough.
And guess what? Bruckman actually sold the owner of this company an insurance policy.
Oh, wow. What a coincidence.
It is, isn't it?
Small world.
But then he says something really creepy.
What's that?
He says the owner, Claude Dukenfield, is already dead.
Oh, God.
Which means Bruckman can see how people die, but he doesn't know when.
Oh, that's a good point.
Like, he can't see the whole timeline.
It's just the end result.
It's a really interesting limitation.
It is. It adds another layer of complexity.
So they're in the car, driving to where Bruckman says Dukenfield's body is.
And he can't really explain how he knows.
No, he just knows.
And he makes this comment about undignified ways to die.
Oh, yeah. He mentions autoerotic asphyxiation.
Oh, Bruckman.
And then he immediately tries to backtrack.
Yeah, he gets so embarrassed.
It's kind of endearing.
It is.
Like he's trying to be appropriate.
But he just can't help himself.
And then he tells them about how his ability started.
Oh.
He traces it back to the plane crash.
The one that killed Buddy Holly.
And the Big Bopper. And he says that Chantilly Lace was his favorite song back then.
Oh, wow.
It's such a small detail.
It adds so much weight.
It does. It connects him to this real-world tragedy.
Right.
And it suggests that his ability might be tied to that event.
Like it was this traumatic experience that triggered something.
Yeah, like he became obsessed with death.
And it manifested in this way.
It's a really interesting theory.
And then their car gets stuck in the mud.
Oh, yeah. Classic X-Files.
Right.
Always getting stuck somewhere.
And Mulder and Bruckman are trying to push the car out.
Yeah.
And Mulder thinks Bruckman is smiling.
But he's not.
No, he's wincing.
Because he sees a hand sticking out of the ground.
Oh, God.
It's Dukenfield.
Yeah.
And they're literally stuck right next to his body.
It's such a darkly funny moment.
It is.
Like they're struggling with the car.
And death is right there under their feet.
So now we're into Act 3. And Mulder gives Bruckman this silk fiber.
Yeah. It's the only evidence they got from Dukenfield's body.
And Bruckman is still doing his insurance paperwork.
He's so dedicated.
He is.
But he takes a look at the fiber.
And he starts having these visions.
Of the killer.
Yeah. But they're really disturbing.
They are.
He sees Mulder in a kitchen.
With a bloody knife.
And stepping in a pie.
Of all things.
So specific and weird.
And Bruckman is like, these are just hallucinations.
Yeah. He's really starting to doubt his own sanity.
And then he reveals that he got a death threat.
Right.
A letter postmarked before he even got involved in the case.
Oh, wow. That's creepy.
It is, isn't it?
Like the killer knows the future, too.
Yeah, it's a huge twist.
And it really raises the stakes.
Right, because now it's not just about finding a killer.
It's about this battle of precognitive abilities.
And Mulder is worried about Bruckman's safety.
Of course.
But Bruckman is resigned to his fate.
Yeah, he's like, I'm probably going to die anyway.
He's so fatalistic.
Yeah, it's like he's given up.
And meanwhile,
the killer is getting a tarot reading.
Oh, yeah, he wants to know more about his victim.
And the tarot dealer describes this special man.
With special wisdom.
Yeah.
And the cards predict confusion ending with a redhead.
Interesting.
But for the killer...
she draws the death card.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Big time.
And so back at the hotel, Bruckman is having cake.
He does love his sweets.
He does. And Scully is looking through files.
Yeah, she's trying to find the killer.
And Bruckman asks her if she's jealous.
Jealous of his ability.
Yeah, and then he makes this awkward prediction. He says they're going to end up in bed together.
Bruckman.
And Scully is not amused.
Understandably so.
And then as she's leaving, she asks him the big question.
How do I die?
And his response.
You don't.
It's such a simple line.
But so powerful.
It is, and it's become so iconic.
Yeah, people are still debating what it means.
Does it mean she's immortal?
Or does it mean something else entirely?
We may never know.
And then Mulder mentions the fiber.
It's Chantilly lace.
But Scully is still in denial.
She thinks it's just a coincidence.
Yeah, she's not ready to accept the implications.
So later that night, Mulder and Bruckman are talking about dreams.
The Mulder's like, do you have prophetic dreams?
And Bruckman says he only dreams of his own dead body.
Oh, God.
Naked and decaying.
It's so disturbing.
It's his recurring nightmare.
Yeah, it really shows how haunted he is.
By death.
Yeah, it's constantly on his mind.
And the next morning, Scully and Detective Repose arrive.
To relieve Mulder.
And as they're leaving,
they pass the killer.
Who's disguised as a bellhop.
Oh, wow.
It's such a subtle moment.
But so effective.
Yeah, the danger's right there.
Hiding in plain sight.
And they have no idea.
Nope.
So in Bruckman's room, Repose is telling a joke.
And Bruckman already knows the punchline.
Yeah, which is kind of creepy.
It is, isn't it?
Like, how does he know?
Maybe he's just really good at guessing punchlines.
Maybe.
But it's more likely that he's seeing the future.
Yeah. And then Repose goes to the bathroom.
And tells Bruckman not to answer the door.
But Bruckman does.
Oh.
He lets the killer in.
He's so passive.
It's like he's accepting his fate.
Yeah, like he knows what's coming and he's not going to fight it.
So the killer and Bruckman are having this really calm conversation.
It's so unsettling.
It is. They're talking about how improbable this is.
Yeah.
And Bruckman is like, you're a homicidal maniac.
Right to his face?
And the killer is kind of surprised.
Yeah, like he hasn't really thought about it that way.
And then Bruckman says, you're not going to kill me now.
But he doesn't know why.
And then Repose comes out of the bathroom.
Oh, no.
And the killer attacks him.
It's so tense.
It is.
Like you know something bad is going to happen, but you don't know exactly what.
And while this is happening,
Scully is at the tarot dealer's apartment.
Yeah.
With Mulder.
And Mulder is commenting on how sloppy the killer is.
But Scully's not really listening.
No, she's distracted.
By the crowd.
Yeah, and then she sees Chantilly lace.
Oh, wow.
And it hits her.
The bellhop.
Yeah, she remembers seeing him earlier.
And she realizes he's the killer.
She's so sharp.
But she is.
She puts the pieces together.
And these tiny details.
And she races back to the hotel.
Leaving Mulder behind.
Yeah, and Mulder has to explain her sudden departure as female intuition.
Oh, Mulder.
He's trying his best.
He is.
So the killer leaves Bruckman's room. And Scully arrives.
But Bruckman is gone.
Yeah.
But she finds Repose's cigarette.
Still burning.
Oh, no.
And then in the kitchen, Mulder and the killer finally confront each other. And Mulder chases him.
And steps in a pie.
Just like Bruckman predicted.
Oh, my God.
It's so ridiculous.
And perfect.
It is. And just as the killer is about to attack,
Scully shows up.
And shoots him.
She saved the day.
She did.
And she says she got there by accident.
Yeah, she took the service elevator.
A happy accident.
And she tells Mulder that Repose is dead.
Oh, no.
But they can't find Bruckman.
Where'd he go?
So they go to Mrs. Lowe's apartment.
And they hear the dog whimpering.
Yeah. And there's a letter for Scully.
Oh, God.
And it says Mrs. Lowe died last night.
And the dog.
Well, Bruckman implies that the dog might have eaten her.
Oh, Bruckman.
He even asks if Scully wants to adopt the dog.
Oh, my God.
And then they go into the bedroom.
And they find Bruckman.
He's dead.
He committed suicide.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
It is.
Yeah.
But it's not surprising.
No, it feels inevitable.
Like he was just so tired of seeing death.
Yeah. And he chose his own way out.
And the note to Scully.
Yeah.
It's so bittersweet. Like he finally made a connection.
In his final days.
And then the episode ends with Scully watching TV.
Yeah, late at night.
And a commercial for the stupendous Yappy comes on.
Oh, no, not him again.
And she picks up the phone.
Like she's gonna call.
And then she throws the phone at the TV.
Oh, my God.
It's such a great ending.
It is.
It's like she's rejecting all the fake psychics.
Yeah, after seeing the real deal.
And the consequences of that gift.
Yeah, it's a powerful statement.
So now let's talk about some of the behind-the-scenes stuff.
Oh, yeah, this is where it gets fun.
So first of all, this episode won 2 Emmys.
It did.
Outstanding guest actor for Peter Boyle.
Well deserved.
He was incredible.
He was.
And outstanding writing for Darren Morgan.
The mastermind behind it all.
And it's the only X-Files episode to win an acting Emmy.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
It is, and they specifically wanted Peter Boyle for this role.
Yeah, they went after him.
Because they knew he could bring this dry wit and this underlying sadness.
Yeah, he was perfect for the part.
He was.
And even the name Clyde Bruckman is significant.
Oh, how so?
It's a reference to a real person.
No way.
Yeah, a silent film director.
Wow.
Who also died by suicide.
Oh, that's so eerie.
It adds this whole other layer to the character.
Like they're intentionally invoking this real life tragedy.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy stuff.
And then there's that line, "You don't."
Oh, yeah.
When Scully asks how she dies.
And Bruckman says, "You don't."
People are still talking about that line.
They are.
It sparked so many theories.
Yeah, about Scully's fate.
Is she immortal?
Or is it something else?
It's so ambiguous.
And it's brilliant.
It is. It keeps you thinking.
And we can't forget the stupendous Yappy.
Oh, yeah. He makes his debut in this episode.
He does.
And he's such a great character.
Yeah, he's so over the top.
And he's a perfect foil to Bruckman.
Right? Bruckman hates these fake psychics.
And Yappy is the ultimate fake psychic.
He is.
And he was so popular that he came back in another episode.
Yeah. Jose Chung's from Outer Space.
Another classic.
Yeah, Darren Morgan knows how to write great characters.
He does, and it's funny because he wrote this episode
Mm-hmm.
while he was feeling really miserable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was burnt out.
And disillusioned.
And it kind of shows in Bruckman's character.
Yeah, that world weariness.
Like it's a reflection of Morgan's own state of mind.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing that such a great episode came from such a dark place.
Yeah, it's a testament to his talent.
And the direction by David Nutter is phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, he's a great director.
He is, and he does these really subtle things with the lighting
Yeah.
to create this sense of unease.
Like you know something bad is going to happen.
But you're not sure what.
It's really effective.
And a lot of fans consider this episode to be Scully's first psychic moment.
Oh, yeah, because of that line, "You don't."
Right. It's like a hint that she might be special.
Or that she has a destiny beyond the ordinary.
And that whole pie monologue.
Oh, yeah, where Bruckman describes the old woman choking.
That was mostly improvised by Peter Boyle.
No way.
Yeah, he's so talented.
He is.
And he just came up with that on the spot.
It's brilliant.
It's so darkly funny.
I'm a little bit sad.
Yeah, it's a perfect mix.
And the killer in this episode is really unique.
He is.
Because he's got precognitive abilities, too.
Yeah.
But he uses them for evil.
Right? He's like the opposite of Bruckman.
Yeah. Bruckman is burdened by his gift.
And the killer embraces it.
It's a great contrast.
It is.
And that scene with the garbage man.
Oh, yeah, where he slips on the banana pudding.
While the puppet is watching. It's so bizarre.
It's classic Darren Morgan.
He loves that kind of dark humor.
He does.
And Bruckman's suicide was always the planned ending.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It wasn't a last-minute twist.
It's just the natural conclusion of his story.
Right.
He saw his own death coming.
And he chose to meet it on his own terms.
It's a sad ending.
It is.
But it's also kind of beautiful in a